Rock, Dance and Death, and a bunch of other titles for this one. Oh my God, here we go again.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Oh man, the best thing about this whole discussion tonight was that intro. Yeah. Listen, hello everybody. Well, welcome to the Late Late Horror Show. Me here, Dino, and that's Ginger. Hi everybody. Good to see everybody. We are going to be talking about Murderock, or Murder/Rock, or Dancing Death, or Dance with
Murderock.
Death, or another rock giallo here by Lucio Fulci, 1984. Hello to everybody in the chat. WWM, what is going on? Kathy, hugs.
Connie
Connie Clary,
darling.
Connie
Hi,
darling,
Kathy.
how are you
Hi,
doing?
WWM. Jimmy D.
Yes, Jimmy D. What's going on? Jimmy
CM, what's
D.
up, girl?
Satin B.
Satin
B. I love that name.
Hi, Mike Barrett. Mike Barrett, is this our movie expert?
Oh, Giallo time. Mike Barrett, here you go. Listen, if you tell me, whatever, I ain't even, you let me know as we go along what you think of this one.
Harry Scott, tonight's a good night for a tractor pull. It's been warm today and muddy, so you could get those big tires all down in the mud.
Warm and
good
muddy.
Tractor pull day.
Oh, good. Cody Ray is here. What is going on, Cody Ray? Says hello, and we say, hey, Black Roses. What is going on?
Hey, Black Roses, keep on moving.
That's what I do when I don't know the words. Sugar Naut, what's going on? A sweet astronaut. I am Sugar Naut. Okay, listen, you guys. Listen.
Listen.
Okay.
Here's the deal, okay?
Here's the deal. I went to 1984. I flew in my time machine all the way up to the decade of the 80s. And I said, hey, it's got to be a better. And you know what? I did enjoy the feel. I mean, yes. Although we will discuss that because this is Lucio Fulci's take on New York. And it doesn't, it feels like 80s. Half New York,
but the thing is, his budget was so big. He was filming in some very, ritzy places. He was in Brooklyn Heights. Yeah. He was down on the east end of Manhattan. He was in, really nice locations. So he must have had a big budget. You would think he could have made better use of it.
Oh, well, yeah. And that's the thing. Natural Bridges puppets. Howdy from Chad and Bunny's show.
Well, all right.
My God, I'm going to have to go back and check you out. I like puppets. I got a puppet right here with a mask on. See him with the Frankenstein mask on? That's Bert. Hey, Bert, what's up?
Bert's creepy.
Kate Clemens, how are you doing? Yeah, people flowing in. Ken Shoemaker. Can you fix a heel on an old boot for me? Anyways, so Lucio Fulci. It's he likes to do these 80s kind of
rock and roll
New York type. I think his view of New York, because I don't think he consulted with anybody like for set design and set shoots for like, what would we do? Although there's a picture of the bridge and the cityscape, but when you get
beautiful.
Well, see, I didn't look deep enough to find out, but he did this in the other movie too. Was it New York Ripper? Where a lot of the inside shots
were actually in Italy?
Yeah, were shot in Italy. And that's why the inside doesn't like
match
match the outside New York City. So
I looked for that in this one actually, and I was like, yep.
Yeah, there could be some
sound. They said at the end of the movie, the sound mixing was done in Italy too. So they just filmed it in New York, and everything else they did post production and everything. Yes. The dubbing wasn't so terrible in this one. You could tell it was dubbed, a lot of it, but it wasn't terrible.
Well, yeah, and they all spoke English, but I guess it was a shitstorm when they tried to go over and dub everything back into Italian. He was having issues and stuff, but he's an Italian director, and he had issues getting them to speak Italian and dubbing it over in Italian to get everybody. Yeah, it was a mess. I don't know. It was really.
You know what? I'm sorry. I didn't even really do a lot of research because I look at the movie first now, and if it doesn't even seem like it's worth doing any research into, I'm like, you know what? I'll let Dino do that. I'm not even going to spend any time.
Listen, it's okay. Again, let me explain.
And you'll know this because you know more about Giallos than I do. Is a lot of people in this movie are in other. Or in other Lucio Fulcis.
Yes. And we'll get to that. Olga Carlatos is who plays Candace in this film. She's
lovely girl. She's so lovely.
Yes, the lead protagonist in the film. Let's not say nothing.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
But she was also in his other film, which Zombie.
That's supposed to be a good one. Have you seen that?
Listen, that's one that has escaped me as a horror fan, and it's kind of
keep hearing good things.
People keep saying, you're a horror fan and you haven't
gotta see Zombie
yet? It slipped on by. But listen, I think the next few weeks we're going to be doing Zombie. It's not a giallo, but it's a good horror film, and this is, I think, what's going on here. And again, to get back to Olga Carlatos, who plays the main character, who is Candace, who's a dance instructor, and we'll get to that. She was also in Zombie, mainly known for having the splinter of the wood in the eye. Zombie is, and Lucio Fulci is known for his gore, blood, sex, sleaze, all of that good stuff. I mean, look at 2 years later, he did New York Ripper, and listen, that's become one of the better out of the group of these kind of middle of the road giallo films. New York Ripper's become one of my favorites of all. Me
too. I still think back to that one. I mean, this is no New York Ripper. And New York Ripper was not excellent, but it was better than this stuff.
Well, I think it was pretty darn good. I really enjoy it. That one and Torso. Those are kind of at the top of all these kind of mid-level giallo films. You know what I mean? We also have a couple other characters. The one girl was in Demons, Margie. She plays Margie in this movie. Is that it?
See, I'm not getting invested in all these names, just like giallo movies.
That's all right.
All these characters. I'm not getting invested in them because they never develop a personality. It's just a name that I can keep track of, and I'm not doing that.
It's okay. But she's Goretta. She plays Margie in here. She's the first one to get demified, demons, whatever. And the other one is, what's his name? He plays Willie Stark in here, Christian Borromeo. He was in Tenebrae, and a couple other giallo films. So all of these actors and actresses have been in a lot of other things. Lucio Fulci picked out some good people. Listen, some good characters. We've got, like I said, Willie Stark.
Ian Sharp said Giallo meets Flashdance. That's it.
Oh, listen. Flashdance meets Giallo is 100%. And I think
I kept waiting for the bucket of water to fall down. I was like, where's the bucket of water?
Yeah, listen, this was supposed to be another title was Slash Dance.
Bro, so, that would have been a really good title, Slash Dance.
So can you imagine? You know what? I mean, really?
That would have been a great title for this.
I think Slash Dance would have been better than Murderock.
Yeah, Murderock is dumb.
Yeah, but
it's like, are you being serious right now? Murderock, are you serious?
Listen, hey, Ian Sharp, what's going on? Yes.
There's just so much about this movie. Just like, what was the last movie that we did? Where it was like they were just throwing a bunch of stuff together, like just throwing just throwing his stuff in there. Just here, get that in there. It's like there was no cohesion. It didn't make sense. There's just too many stuff that was left unanswered. I mean,
there was a couple of those. There was a couple of those. Even
at least it wasn't that long. It was only what, an hour and 30 minutes or something.
Yes, it was not the hour 45 that gives us the Slash Dance's brilliance.
Slash Dance.
Zombie is great. Devane says Adventures in the Psychosexual Mind. Listen, this one, Murderock, and it's kind of odd. Listen, I was kind of going, Murderock. This one is, which I've heard the word merciless. This is probably one of the less gory, less sleazy.
There was no gore.
No gore. I mean,
that would have maybe saved the movie if they had a couple of good kills. There were all the kills were like, that's it.
Disco death. Not so much disco as rock. I mean, listen, it was it revolves around a dance studio.
It was an 80s movie. It was more than just disco. It was all kinds of 80s music.
Yeah. Adam, for Christ, what's going on?
And it all sucked. Every song was worse than the one before it.
Well, hey, Keith Emerson did the score, and he was one of the founding members, Emerson, Lake, and Palmer, here in the United States. Doesn't mean a single thing in the scheme of things.
Certainly doesn't.
The soundtrack certainly had its moments where it was bam, right in your face. Like it was all quiet, and then all of a sudden, and you're like,
oh, I want to talk to you about
when
I always give you something to think about, and I forgot to tell you because you were running your mouth. I forgot to tell you.
Okay, and that would be? The music made me nauseous, says Ian Sharp. I can see that.
I forgot what it was going to be. I was so busy scolding you that I forgot.
When you remember, you let me know. But what else can I say about the 80s New York dance scene? There's
a device that's used in this movie.
Yeah.
That has to do with lights, flashing lights. Okay. And the fact that they really missed a chance to do something with that flashing light effect and they just let it go.
Well, I know throughout the film, and we haven't even gotten to the plot yet, not that it's very important.
You know what I'm talking about? Like when they're in the studio when it's empty and the lights start flashing, and that would have been a great opportunity for a jump scare or like a figure that gets closer every time the lights come back on. I was like, we're going to do something with this.
Are you talking about when the school is
about to shut down?
They announce over the loudspeaker that the school is going, and then the light turns off, on, off, on. It's like, what is that about?
They could have done something with that.
First of all, they kind of tried.
No, they didn't.
Well,
they could have put a couple of really good jump scares in there, like
the jump scares,
figure when the lights are on and then the lights go off and you can't see it, and you're wondering where are they, because when the lights come on, are they going to be closer?
Yeah, no, the jump scares I guess weren't there, but there were a couple kills during that time.
And everyone was the same, and they were all boring.
Scream and Scream Again is the worst movie song I've ever heard. That was odd, but I thought you were talking about the change in lighting of colors, like most Giallo films, because I think Lucio Fulci.
It was clunky. That was clunky in this movie. Do you agree? It was not smooth. It was clunky.
No, it was clunky. And listen, I think Lucio Fulci wanted to. There's a lot of Dario Argento aspects in the film, although you watch it and you definitely don't get no Dario Argento vibe.
I don't.
But like the music school, Suspiria.
Yes, the dancing.
Yes. New York, the 80s kind of. But there was just a lot of things that he tried to incorporate.
That's what I said. He was just like, throw this in here too, throw that in there too. Like,
and again, this is for me one of Fulci's weaker Giallos, but it's still okay. Well, Mike Barrett, there you go. I think this is the first time we kind of agree. Listen, well,
now that we have Mike's opinion, thank you, Mike.
I was going to say what I thought of it overall, but we'll save that for the end again, because it's interesting me jumping to the 80s because I wanted something different than the early 70s that we were doing, but I don't think
You
anything
took
really
a big
changed.
leap.
Yeah, I don't think very much changed in the way I feel or anything like that. But
Hey, but
nevertheless,
we're gonna do this thing. We're on a
oh yes,
journey, and I'm with
yes.
you.
That's the other thing. I don't care how bad some of these are or how much I just listen, they're not awful. I've been saying a lot of these are 5 out of
And
10,
then it's
middle of
in
the
the
road.
catalog, and you like it's
Yes.
this is
We
a thing that
must
we should do.
yes, we must get through
We
all of the
must get
Giallo
through.
films, and that's what we're going to do. And in between those
We'll have a
middle of
good
the road
one.
ones, we may
We'll have
find
a
some
good one.
gems. Yes. Hey, if I find a few or handful, I already know the handful of ones. They're all Dario Argento in the 80s. But then we got New York Ripper, we got Torso. There's a bag I'm putting these movies in, and I'm going, oh, these are ones keepers, and I'm gonna watch these every chance I get. When I'm in the mood for a Giallo film. But then there's the bag that's probably way bigger than the bag that I'm going to go to all the time. That's got all these other ones that I go, okay, I seen them. They're old toys. They need to be sent off to Goodwill, and somebody else can look at them and enjoy them. But let's see. Yeah,
Well,
we'll be getting to Duckling. But anyways,
they open the movie with this breakdancing, and it goes. I
oh,
mean, it's
did you
cool
know
and
too?
everything.
Sorry, Ginger. This was also supposed to be the first of a trilogy.
Mm.
This was
That
supposed to be
sounds terrible.
the second movie was supposed to be Killer Samba, okay, and then the third one was going to be Thrilling Blues.
Mm.
So there was supposed to be a
But this one was
trilogy
so bad that they just let it go.
of these musical dance films, and I'm just like, but Lucio Fulci got sick.
Oh, is this when he
And
got sick? Okay.
yeah, and then it just didn't happen. Linda
Mm.
Compton, what's going on?
Hey, Linda, how are those chickies?
Frank McCloud, how are you doing?
Nice to meet you, Frank. I'm Ginger.
Yeah. And Ian Sharp liked House by the Cemetery. And nice. Okay. There you go.
Oh, and there's someone from that movie in this movie. Is there not?
House by the Cemetery.
Mhm.
I don't know offhand who it is.
Isn't the little girl who's in the wheelchair? Wasn't she
Oh,
in the House by the
Molly?
Cemetery?
Molly? Maybe. Molly is the girl. She comes later on in the movie. But let's get to the
And
beginning
is
of
she
it.
supposed to be a red herring?
No. I
Okay,
think
because
she's just
they put so many red herring. I'm like, is this one too?
there's a lot of red. There's a lot of Killer Samba. Yes, that was supposed to be the second film in this trilogy, Killer Samba. I don't know where it would have taken place, but
maybe on the tropical island of Cuba.
Or the Lower East Side of New York. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it could be wherever, but accountability for all. I did get that, and I will. I couldn't give you a phone call today, but I look out for tomorrow. Okay, it does sound exciting. I will let you know. So yes, to get to this again, it revolves around Candace, the main character, Olga, who had an accident earlier on, and we won't tie no loose ends, but had an accident earlier on in her life, which made her not be able to become a dancer, actress, whatever. I don't see how that has anything to do with becoming an actress. She could have still pushed forward and became the trooper that she should have been. But yet she opened up a dance studio, or she became an instructor at this dance studio. And
a very prestigious dance studio.
Yes, and what are they trying to? They're all going for this job, right? This
An elimination where they were only going to take 3 dancers.
Only 3 dancers. Yes.
Dino, you must have liked all that booty shaking in this movie. It was very
listen.
80s. Rah.
Devane says lambada, the forbidden dance.
I was going to say lambada.
Listen, come up with as many out there horror themed dance titles as you possibly can. Go for it, you guys. I'll mention them. Anyway, this sounds good. Thrilling Blues, although listen, these are some lousy names. Slash Dance, I think, is a good one. That's what they should
Slash
have
Dance
went
would have
by.
been great. I don't
But
like
yes,
blues music. Sorry, don't mean to offend anybody. I am not a fan of blues music
how
at
are you offending
all.
anybody by saying you don't like
Okay,
a
well,
type
I
of
wouldn't have
music?
enjoyed that. I don't
Yeah,
like
no,
blues.
it's there's it opens right up in the dance studio with all of these girls. Yes, like
All
just
sweaty and
everything
toned and
that
fit.
yeah, everything the teenage boy loved back in the 80s with the leotards
Or
and
Dino loves today.
well, it still was pretty nice. I mean, it
I
was
knew
kind
you'd
of a
have no complaints.
they were
They
all
were
dressed up like that.
fantastic.
And listen, the dancing was so cheesy, just like the 80s was cheesy, right? I mean,
That was their dances were very mediocre, but
Natural Bridges Puppets, the zombie chicken dance. Dirty Dancing of Death. That's not bad. Sylvia Colatini was the girl. She was in House by the Cemetery. Okay.
our expert
Lambada
Mike, thank you, Mike.
River Dance to Hell. That's a good one. Lambada de Lucio. Okay, so they're all in this dance studio. They're all cheesy dancing, sweating. It almost looks like jazzercise. I mean, that's what's
Yes, it
going
does
on
look like
here.
jazzercise.
And if I'm to believe that this is the best of the best, and no, I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. They're not the best of the best, but in this movie, let's pretend they are. So they're all fighting for the spots, and they're all sweating, they're dancing, and you could tell everybody hates everybody else, because they're all fighting for the spots.
Yeah.
I clog dance on your grave. Good one, CM. I like it. Poultrygeist polka. I'm sorry, they're throwing me off with these titles. I asked for it. That's what I want. Good stuff.
I have a pair of wooden clogs. I've actually worn wooden clogs. Not since I was adult, but
no, it's a sad story. She had to wear wooden shoes when she was young, but
shoes.
it is a shame. But let's see. So the dance class kind of lets out here, and our first victim right away, because it's going to happen, right, Ginger? What happens to the to make you believe that these two kids? What happens? Oh, please don't make me describe it. Go ahead, just go for it.
The showroom. I wanted to say that immediately.
Speak, ladies, speak. Jeez.
Immediately, it reminded me of that theater one that we saw with the owl with the feathers. It reminded me of that.
Stage Fright.
Stage Fright. Or Feather of Death.
A little bit. Expressions of the outdoors.
Oh, thanks. That's very nice of you.
To do OTR theater on my channel. Okay, well, good luck. So
that's a weird way to plug, isn't it? That's like a paid commercial.
It is. Thank you for the $2 super
Don
chat.
Draper would be proud. That marketing job. Yeah.
If you give me 50, I'll talk about your channel for about 5 minutes.
Oh, he sure will.
So anyways,
all the doors are going to
be
locked.
Bit like
Stage
Fright.
Yes. There's like they're going to be locked in. There's a recording that says the doors are going to be locked within 15 minutes. There's this couple making out in the locker room for some reason.
Well, listen, that's what I was getting to, and you should have picked up on that. Silly Ginger.
I told you I don't always pick up on your thing.
You're a silly gal.
Sometimes I just don't.
It could be the perm is just frizzed out way too. No, it's not a perm. It's a regular hair.
I don't have a perm, baby. This is it. Why would anybody do this on purpose?
They did that in the 80s, right? Listen,
and today it's bad because it's been so muggy. It rained today. I hate this weather. It's warm.
It's a bad
and
hair
muggy,
day for you.
And it's November. And my hair looks like this.
Hold on, we got a couple more names. Crush Blood Groove, pretty good. I like that. I wore wooden clogs in school in New Jersey in 1968. Got made fun of. Split Open by the Ballerina. Good one. Flamenco Vampires. Bash Dance. Sorry, Devane. Bashing 2. Electric Boogaloo. That's better. Okay, anyways.
I thought this was Break-In. Remember that movie Break-In? That's my favorite breakdancing movie. It was called Break-In.
Okay, well,
that's what I thought. I was like, they're trying to make this look like Break-In.
Yeah, hold on. Let me write that down. Break-In is
Great movie.
Favorite breakdancing.
That's my favorite breakdancing movie.
Okay, so
I know it's tough. This is a tough one, Dino. Come on, we can do it. We can do this.
No, I'm still thinking about the breakdancing reference.
So there's a couple making out in the locker room, and then something happens.
Listen, let me get back to that because I want to get this point out. As soon as they said, "Can we stay after school and practice a little bit more?" When they said that to the instructor,
you knew there was going to be some hanky-panky.
Well, no, I knew that they were going to be the first to die.
Oh, you were right. I mean,
come on. They're staying after school. And then the next thing, they're like you said, they're in the locker room and making out. And the lights start. Hello, Rich Cat Ranch. What's going on? Hairpin freak out. Ian Sharp. You could tell Ian Sharp has watched this film. Yes, it involves and we'll talk about that here in this scene. Because with the kill. Oh my God, what's going on? Sound room slasher. I gotta be honest.
My favorite is still Slash Dance. Slash Dance
is probably the favorite. But so they're in the locker room, and this is where and listen again. I told you this is not a lot of gore, not a lot of nudity, really, except for when the kills happen, because the kills happen in a specific style, and they're very non-gratuitous. And the way the killer does this, okay, the lights are blinking. And at first I'm going, why in the heck would the lights blink? Do they blink all night long? Does it only last 5 minutes?
Until they lock the door. That's like to let them know that the doors are about to lock or something.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that's
but they don't ever explain it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that after 5-10 minutes it stops blinking. But it's so annoying. I'm like going, what did...
And they didn't do anything with it. They could have done something with that device, and they did nothing.
Rich Cat says the title of this movie makes me think it would be a good film. It's okay. Listen,
I actually thought it was a cartoon. Like, what's that really good science fiction rock and roll cartoon from the 80s? Oh.
I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about. JP says, "Hello, people. You're all beautiful."
Something about rock or. I can't remember.
I love the vintage ad you got for your avatar, JP, but hello to you too. I think I saw you either early this morning or later last night come in to chat, but welcome. This is me and Ginger's movie discussions every Wednesday, Sunday night. I forgot to say, hit the thumbs up if you enjoy the discussions. Join the Patreon, join the channel, check out the descriptions below, all that good stuff. And yeah, the lights keep going off. The boyfriend, girlfriend go, oh, they split up. She gets ready to go to the shower, and before you know it, the killer comes in, right?
With the chloroform.
That's how the killer gets his victims. Cotton pad, chloroform. And it really works.
Then when they're unconscious
in real life,
on the floor.
Yeah. And she falls down on the floor and and this is where this is another strange thing in this film that Lucio Fulci went with. It's kind of a merciful death. Merciful. Listen, the death don't hurt. How about that?
It wasn't
How about that?
Holograms.
Yeah, because the chloroform knocks you out, so you don't feel when he kills the person, whoever it is, kills you.
What does he kill him with?
A 6-inch, like it's called a head pin.
It's a hat. It's hat pin.
It's a hat pin.
Yes, and I would love to have a collection of hat pins. They're so pretty.
Oh, okay. So this needle,
it was women literally use these to keep the hats on their head.
Yes, but it was also called a head pin too because
no, it wasn't. It's called a hat pin. What's a head pin? No.
Hairpin, head pin, hat pin. I'll accept. Listen, lady, I will accept all the above answers. I will accept all the above answers. A, B, C, and whatever else you want to throw in.
But one of them is wrong. One of them's wrong.
Hat
pin. It's not a head pin. You're a head pin.
Needle. I will accept all of those as correct answers.
They're hat
And
pins.
okay, so this hat pin, which would go through the hat and through the hair of the woman to keep the hat from blowing away.
Correct.
Thank you very much, Miss
And they were
Ginger.
bejeweled because you could see them, so they wanted it to be pretty. It's not like something that was hidden and you didn't care what it looked like. They were meant to be an ornamentation because people could see it. So anyway.
Well, and they were very decorative. Like this one was kind of like a golden lion's head with a little jewel in the middle.
Are you going to tell me that you kept track of each pin?
So they put the pin slowly going down to where the heart is. Well, first the chloroform.
Through her boobie.
Then rips the shirt to the side. Not very gratuitous. Just opens it up like a doctor would do. Let me take and listen to it. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes, it was very clinical. Almost as if the killer wasn't really interested in women's bodies.
There you go. But a little foreshadowing. But the needle, that was probably the goriest, but there was no blood there either. It just would go in. You can hear a little bit of something like it's hitting
the noise that it made was like, what? Who thought of that noise?
Well, I think to hit like it's hitting the bone, and then you make it to the heart, and then you puncture the heart, and the person dies.
And on the first try, every time he got it right in the heart.
So that's how the deaths occur.
Every single blessed one.
Yes, even the canary.
Even the canary.
yeah. Fraggle Rock, is that what you were trying to think of?
No.
Okay, so
heavy metal, Kathy. That's
metal.
It. Heavy metal.
Rich Cat.
Thanks, Rich Cat.
Queen of Trivia. There you go. Head accessory. Yes, I will accept head accessory, Ian Sharp. That also is a correct answer.
You don't get to control reality, Dino, even though I know you're into that VR thing. This is reality. You can't control this.
I know, but it's a shame. So women used hat pins as weapons.
I would have kept that sucker right up in my sleeve.
Well, you could. Yeah. I mean, geez. I mean, anything 6-inch that could go through your body. I mean, you could, yeah. Anyways, so that's the first death. And then we're introduced to a bunch of people because then we get introduced to Lieutenant
the police.
Borges. Yes, the police.
Borges. And we've seen him before.
Is it Borg or Borges?
Borges.
Yes, he's Borges. Oh, I just love his eyebrows. Yes, Borges. He is. He's not like the last guy in the case of the Bloody Iris. That guy was over the top.
He was a clown.
Crazy. He was a clown. But this was Lieutenant Borges was kind of in a rough edge. Like he was trying to go with that rough New York, cop. And
he's just not impressed. He's just not impressed with anything.
No, he's not impressed with anything. And yeah, but you're introduced to him. He goes over to all of the people in the room, and they're all standing there. And this is where you're introduced to them all. And at one point, I don't know the character's name I think it was the brother of the girl who just died, the curly-haired boy who was by the synth thing or something.
Is he the one that walks with a limp?
Yeah. He was introduced, and towards the end of the film, he appears again, and I'm like going, maybe
I know that they're not trying to make him a red herring. He has that brace on his leg, like he had a club foot or something.
Well, I think they were trying to make him out as a red herring. They showed him at the beginning, and then towards that end,
right after he walked away, there was a murder.
I'm sneezing.
Dino and his ailments.
Yeah,
every day a new ailment.
What are you talking about? His eyebrows are on fleek. What the heck? What's that mean?
Whose eyebrows are on fleek? The lieutenant, the police guy?
But what's fleek? I've never heard of that word.
Dino, we don't have time to explain.
No,
look it up in Urban Dictionary. Just look it up in Urban Dictionary.
You can't tell me? Oh, geez, this is ridiculous. I need to look up fleek. Come on, man. We're wasting precious time here.
All right, Grandpa. I will go on while you look that up.
Fleek
There's
meaning
a phone call somewhere with the heavy breathing. I was like, yeah, Giallo, we get it. The phone call with the heavy
extremely
breathing.
good, attractive, or stylish. CM, what a great synonym you used for love. Lee. Love Lee. What is wrong with you, Ginger? What's you got to
What's wrong
discuss?
with me? What's wrong with you? I mean,
You're
come on,
shaking
Dino.
your head. I didn't know what fleek meant, so I
Because
needed
you're
to know.
corny. I'm shaking my head because you're corny.
I saw a word that I had no idea what it meant, and I needed to know. And I begged you to tell
So
me.
you got the
you
Google
wouldn't tell me.
machine out and
Because you wouldn't tell me. Oh, Rich Cat, you're going overboard now. Listen, she's got the direct from Wikipedia. Attractive or stylish, my hair.
or is that from Urban Dictionary?
Oh my God, the music is on fleek. Okay, anyways, it's on point, on fleek, on point.
On
okay,
point,
I
yes.
sigh. Okay, yeah, and here we go. Continue. So you're introduced to all these characters. And
Too many.
It's,
and you never get to learn anything about them. They don't have personalities.
well,
They're all just screwing each other. Everybody's
wait a
willy-nilly.
second. No. Well, a lot of I guess a lot of it's going on behind the scenes. They don't show any of that in this movie.
No, but it's like she's sleeping with him too. Like they're
well, right. They talk about that, but they don't show it.
No,
so
but
it's
still,
not,
there's
you're making
this
this out to be please.
Giallo, there's always that morality. All these Giallo movies are about morality.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I
yes.
don't know.
Yes. Period. Period.
What's going on?
I said yes.
This, yeah. So yeah, a little morality, but okay. And it comes into play a little bit later on that everybody's sleeping with everybody at the dance school, but
it comes through constantly.
It's funny how in all of most of these giallos that we've been coming across, they like to put a room full of people together, like in the olden days, like in the 1940s, detective shows and detective films like Charlie
Clue.
Chan, the Falcon,
Clue,
Sherlock Holmes.
Clue.
He would bring what? Clue. Yes, and like Clue, but that's listen. I said movies from the 40s, the 30s.
Oh, like what's that Vincent Price one, House on Haunted Hill, or?
Yes, that we can include that in there too. They put everybody in a room and they accuse everybody and say,
and one by one they get killed.
Yes, you have a reason why. You have a reason. You have a reason. And a couple standouts was the one guy, the blonde-haired guy with really weird eyes, that's kind of jealous and comes after the.
He's bitchy. He's such a bitch.
He is a bitch. He's such a bitch.
He's a bitch.
So yeah, and they pretty much let him go, but in that what's her name? I keep looking on Margie.
I don't remember
who's the black woman from Demons?
Oh,
yes, the one that first. What?
The black girl, the thing that she does, like.
I know. Listen, we could either say it now.
It makes no sense.
You know what the hell? We can say it now. Listen, there's in the middle of the movie. What happens? What does she do? And you're like, what the hell?
It turns out that it's like they make it look like she's the killer. She's about to stab Candace, the main character. She
even puts chloroform on the face.
And she had the hat pin in her hand, and I was like, she's the killer? Like, and then she just stopped, and the police walked in.
She gets scared. She runs off. Police come in.
But and she tells them, she's like, I couldn't do it. I wanted to kill her like the others. And I was like,
and they leave
wait,
it.
What?
Yes, they leave it. They leave it like that though, and they don't explain.
She doesn't get arrested. She doesn't get prosecuted. They never talk about it again.
Yeah, so I'm like,
and you never see her again.
See him and eyeballs. Well, eyeballs, yes, a big part of giallo films, if that's what you're talking about. Love you guys. You like brother and sister. Oh, thank you, Linda.
The way we bicker.
We bicker back and forth.
Bicker.
Like, if I could pull her hair right now, I would. I'd go, listen, in a brotherly, sisterly way. Ay. 10 green bottles. Vincent Price is on fleek. What? Okay, I'm done with the
She's just
word,
being
please.
silly. She's
I'm
just being
banning the
silly.
word on
It's
this
fine.
channel. I'm banning the word on it. Oh, Mike Barrett agrees. Yes, that bit was weird.
Hey,
I
that's
like
endorsement. We've been endorsed by Mike Barrett.
We've been endorsed by Mike Barrett. Yes. So yeah, that was very odd. But we're also introduced to some other characters. Not only Candace is the one who runs the place. So then there's this other guy named Dick who's kind of the school assist principal or something like that, something of that. But he's like, he weirded me out at the beginning of the film for a little bit. Like maybe he's
creepy.
Yeah, creepy. Maybe he's the killer. And they even say that he was having relations with some of these younger girls from the school. Younger, I'm saying this is dance studio. These are like 20-year-old women. But this guy was like, who knows how old. And I looked at him, I go, what the hell is that all about? But
he's in a position of power, and he's in a position of power, and he took advantage of those girls.
So there's that guy, and then when are we introduced to this male model who goes by the name
I don't know. We didn't even talk about Susan. Did we talk about Willie? Willie is Susan's boyfriend.
Go ahead. You can talk about that. Sure.
I don't know.
I'll take a sip of water.
Janice? Who's Janice? I forget. Who's Janice?
So you just wrote people's names down, and you said like maybe 20 minutes ago
because immediately I knew there was no need to. Immediately, I knew there was no need to form any kind of an attachment to these people because they were going to be shallow, and I was right.
Yes, very shallow, like a tepid pool of rainwater in 95-degree heat on a summer night.
Yeah. Some fabulous apartments. I'm always looking at the apartments. Some fabulous apartments, fabulous architecture. Every one of those apartment buildings that they filmed at, I looked it up so that I could see what they look like.
And they were probably apartment buildings in Italy.
No, they were in Brooklyn Heights. I told you that one was on the East End Avenue in Brooklyn, and then the house was in Brooklyn Heights somewhere, like on the street where they did Moonstruck.
Well, he must not have been able to again get somebody to help him with the feel of 80s New York.
He must have wanted to have a scale feel because everything they filmed was very upscale. You didn't see that gritty, grimy New York like you did in New York Ripper. This was very high class, Upper East Side.
Well, and again, we're 84 here. We're starting to get into where everybody was pushing away from that dirty, gritty New York scene, and even movies were moving to the suburbs, and changing things up to look a little bit better. And even New York started to come out of that cesspool that it was sitting in.
All those red light districts, the strip bars, and all of that.
In the sha-la-la-la. Oh, I love that. Shallow now. Yeah, don't get her going on Barbra Streisand movies. Rich Cat's got A Star Is Born. Come on.
A Rich Cat has a thing for Streisand movies. I thought you were talking about me. I was like, I don't like any Streisand movies. None.
Oh, you don't?
Nope.
A Star Is Born?
Nope.
Did you like the remake?
Nope.
With Lady Gaga.
The only movie I liked her in she was in a movie with Seth Rogen. She played his mom. I kind of liked that. That was funny, but even after a while, I was like, eh. Anyway, I love her as a singer, though.
And Meet the Fockers. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's continue on.
I'm not a Ben Stiller. I'm not a Ben Stiller fan. I'm not. I know.
Let's move on with his dad.
I'm just gonna on everything you say tonight. No, no.
The big brother. So continuing on with the movie.
Yes.
You're trying to mention characters who really have no place or meaning.
No.
I mean, throughout the middle of this film, you're kind of introduced. Oh, there's even a part where, again, before the hairpin thing with Margie, she has an issue with Candace, and early on, she comes busting through, and they kind of think it's her because she's like, "I wish you were dad." She's just pissed because she wants to be the main instructor at the academy. But anyways,
then the director Candace has a dream about a man.
There you go. That's where I was getting to. Let's get to that.
Okay. The guy kind of looks like a cross between, I said, John
She's dreaming.
Ritter.
She's dreaming a nightmare. Yes.
John Ritter and somebody else.
Immediately
I thought that guy looks like a young John Ritter, but
not even close. Go ahead. Only Janet and Chrissy can say that.
There's a Fulton Hotel in this movie that's in.
Yes, there is.
And is the Fulton Hotel the one in The Odd Couple where Felix goes to get a room so he can jump out of the window? Wasn't that the Fulton Hotel?
That was before my time. I don't know, Ginger. You can tell us about those olden days.
You got to see the Odd Couple movie. You got to see it.
No,
Put it on your list. You got to see it.
No, I don't remember if it was the Fulton because it's been a while since I've seen the movie. But yes, the Odd Couple movie is Walter Matthau is just unbelievable. They are funny as hell.
And so is the original Out of Towners with Jack Lemmon.
Oh, the Out of Towners!
I love that movie.
If you haven't seen the Out of Towners with Jack Lemmon,
you got to.
It is so good. That's comedy though. But anyways, getting back to this. Yes, Ginger was trying to describe the scene of Candace and having her nightmare. Let's just here. I'll do it like Ginger would say. Candace was sleeping, nightmare. There was a man. He looked like. Then this happened. Okay, so she was having a nightmare of this guy who
chasing
her with the pin. And that's
very specifically, you see that he has a hat pin. Yes,
and that's, you're going, wow, that's interesting.
So how soon into this movie did you know that Candace was the killer? How soon into this movie did you know?
Okay, so spoiler alert. Ginger let the cat out of the bag.
How soon into this movie did you know that she was the killer?
Hold on. Candace is the killer, and this is why. Okay, we'll explain it here, and I'll answer your question in a second. Candace is having this nightmare with this guy who is he is George Webb. George Webb. He's a male model.
He's quite the hoe as well.
He
gets around.
Well, yes. He's a male model, did acting, whatever. He frequents the dance studio.
He doesn't seem to be doing very well. He lives in
He frequents the dance studio to
he lives in a pigsty.
Pick up
he can't be doing anything.
And every chance he gets, and give them chocolates. And why you wonder why is she dreaming of him with the hairpin?
And then she sees him on the billboard, and she's like, "Oh, I have to find him." And she goes to his apartment.
Yes, but
and just goes into his apartment, like.
Well, and you let the cat out of the bag, so I guess let's jump to the end of the movie, and then we'll come back.
And then 5 minutes later, they're in the sack. Why is that always in these Giallo movies? They meet, and 5 minutes later, they're in the sack.
Listen, yes. Okay, let's make a point here. Ray Lovelock. Exactly, Mike Barrett. The name does not need to be said because it doesn't really matter.
It really doesn't.
Yeah, his name's George Webb. Ray Lovelock, the actor. Okay, what else did he do? It's unimportant.
It doesn't matter.
Again, these movie reviews and discussions here are just us watching a movie and then just talking about
the breeze. We're just shooting the
shit.
Just shooting the bat.
Shit. Yeah.
Shooting the bat.
Yeah. But you wonder why all that's going on. And then you find out, again, end of the movie. She brought it up, man. We'll figure out somehow to make it entertaining from here to the end of the movie. There's still stuff to talk about. You didn't tell me
how soon into the movie did you know? Did you know now? When she had the dream?
No, I did not know at this point.
I didn't either. No. Not yet.
Yeah, no, I didn't know either.
And they threw 15 more red herrings out there.
I started to figure it out about 3/4 of the way in. So listen, they always do a good job with figuring, like with throwing you off track with who you think might be the killer. Usually,
And this one, that's ridiculous. It's like, yeah, all right, him too. All right, fine.
Well, listen, the whole thing was that she wanted to be an actress and
A
a
dancer.
dancer.
She wanted to be a dancer.
She wanted to be a dancer, damn it. And
she was injured.
She was hit by a car or a
motorcycle.
By
a motorbike. A motorbike.
And you find out that I think it was George Webb who hit her.
You don't find that out, I don't think, until the end, and that's how she.
Not till the very end do you pick that up.
What was the? We did another movie recently where I want you to think about this.
Let's forget about that. Let's forget about the end of the movie. Go ahead.
They have some kind of a section that draws them together, and there was another movie that we just reviewed recently where it was like they knew each other already, or they had this with Tommy Lee Jones, Eyes of Laura Mars.
Oh yeah,
like they were drawn together, like The Gathering and The Highlander. They couldn't help it; they were just drawn together. That I get that from here.
Yes, like a really good artist, they were drawn together. So yeah, she. This is.
You never take my opinion seriously.
Write it down and send it to me in the mail. Do they still have stamps?
I do have forever stamps. Forever.
I'll put it on the cork board.
And then throw darts at it. You're gonna throw darts at it.
I put a mustache on the letters. Yeah, I'm so glad I got this. Yeah, not only is it fun to read, but I can also make little doodles on it. Woo, the stick man. Make the tea out of a. Okay, so
she left her purse. They did the thing. She left her purse.
Okay, but so that's why she was the killer. He hit her and ruined her career. Evidently, he didn't remember. You would think you would know the victim that you ran over.
No, well,
they never mentioned that throughout the whole movie. Because yes, she goes there.
Maybe she saw him, but he didn't see her because he took off.
So how the hell did she know that he hit him with the motorcycle? If he doesn't know who the victim is, the person that he ran over, how the hell does she know who he is? Unless she has some psychic abilities. And they didn't mention that in the film. But listen.
They sure didn't.
No, they did not. Ma'am, Mrs.
So there's another phone call. There's a lot of phone calls in this movie, as there usually are in these giallos. A lot of heavy breathing phone calls and I'm gonna get you phone calls.
Yeah, this one was, they were all very quick, like, and they hung up, like, and hung up. It's like, come on, man.
And then they never mentioned the person, just like, oh, okay, and they hang up and then they forget about it.
Yeah, the person on the phone says, you may ruin my house.
And they're just like, huh?
So she sees him drunk there for the first time at this low-life hotel, the Fulton. And yeah, like you said, the next thing they're in bed together, so it's like, you're such a great drunk. I love you. And but I think that was a way for her to get close to him because somehow she knew he was the one that hit her. And she was going to get back at him. Why not just kill him right then and there and get it all over with?
Because, well, I mean,
riddle me this.
She also
riddle me this.
Because she also
answer that.
Oh Lord!
I just want to know why.
Why do I keep coming back for more of this? Why?
I don't know.
What is wrong with me?
You're nuts.
I know.
Because it's so fun. It's just so fun, damn it. So I'll let you go. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
Because she also wants those girls to suffer because they're having this dancing career that she could never have. So she can kill two birds with one stone. She can kill a bunch of those girls because she is jealous that they're doing what she always wanted to do and make it look like the guy that ruined her life did it. It was quite brilliant, actually.
Oh, brilliant. You used the word brilliant for this film. Oh, exceptional. Can't wait to see what you give it out of 10, Ginger. A glutton for punishment. Yeah. Oh, you mean Ginger? Oh, come on. She hands it out just as much as she takes it. Yeah. Carson, what is going on? New to the channel. Good evening, all. Late arriving here, but here. Good to have you this past week. Hopefully,
Adam for Christ.
Hopefully, yes. Batman Forever is still cool. Where did it come from?
I don't know.
He's just at home in a day going, yeah, you know.
I'm not jumping on anybody tonight because we jumped on somebody the last review, and I went back and looked at the chat, and we had missed the first part of the conversation, and we jumped on this guy, and
I gotta watch what I say sometimes. I get out of hand with some things that I see.
And I'm the loudmouth. I'm the loudmouth behind you, going, "Yeah, what Dino said. Yeah, kick his ass, Dino."
And sometimes it's just a conversation that I just don't know what's going on.
That was Corey Ivy, I think. Corey.
I forget. It's. I apologize if you're out there.
I apologize as well because we didn't need to jump all over him for that.
And I'll be a little bit more careful with the.
Yes, we have to be more judicious.
Frank McCloud is going to take a bath, and we're not invited. No hard feelings.
Are you going to have rubber duckies and
rubber duckies? They're for me. Bert and Ernie, they're for you. Okay, this is that's not a bad Giallo movie. Bert and Ernie Giallo film, where anyways,
so they have coffee. I have to say, seeing that we talked about that before in New York Ripper, seeing that old New York skyline with the World Trade Center towers, that iconic skyline, it still gets me.
Oh yeah, whenever
they show that quite a lot.
Whenever it pops up in movies, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's history, but yeah, no, the connection between all the women. Okay, I can get that where you say it's brilliant. That she wants
because he's doing two things. She's doing two things.
So the ultimate goal, though, is for Candace to kill George for what he did to her, but she's going to hold off and sleep with him for a while until she kills all of the hoes at the school. I'm sorry, not hoes, but the
dancers.
Promiscuous. Well, I'm trying to, they can be.
Yes, they were promiscuous girls.
Yes. So maybe because he slept with them, she's going to get them too. I just don't understand where.
We slept with so many of them. I don't know.
I just don't understand where all of that goes. I think
because she was killing them in order of their, like, how good they were. She killed the best dancer first.
I know. Okay, I get it. Listen, I can go with that 100%. So she's so hurt that she's also going to kill these women who are going to have an opportunity to dance in a TV spot. And they're going to dance, damn it. They're going to dance to their heart sweat.
They're going to dance the night away. Dance the night away.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, wait, that's only for Dave Plouffe. Hey, Cynthia. Hello and goodbye, Frank.
Dave Plouffe did the Irish goodbye last night. He came in and said hi, and next thing you know, I was like, where'd Dave go? He Irish goodbye'd us.
He does the Irish goodbye all the time, but he always comes back. Listen, he always comes back and watches from beginning to end everything we do.
Okay.
He'll always pluck out and comment the weirdest things that we do in the video. So he picks up on those things. He's just a busy man. He's a professor.
Because he's weird. And if you're watching this, Dave Plouffe, you're weird.
Dave's awesome. He's been here. He's been here since I started YouTube. I know. Shut up. Okay. Davey Crotch Kick. What's going on? But I already got my butt scrubby, Frank. Oh, really?
Well, all right.
Anyways. Oh, okay. So
have you?
I get that.
Have you ever seen a fortune done by picking chopsticks out of a jar? I've never even heard of that.
Have you heard of reading tea leaves in a
I've heard of tea leaves. Yes, I've heard of tea leaves, of course.
Well, what's the difference between tea leaves and a cup of tea?
All right.
Or wooden chopsticks?
Settle down.
The whole point is you picking out the person you're reading is going to pick out their own fate, and he is going to read
And he was wrong.
Well, what did he say? He see, they're at a restaurant, and he brings out all these chopsticks at an Oriental Chinese restaurant.
Don't say Oriental. Oh my God.
Okay,
Asian.
Sorry. See, I don't know the terms, man.
I don't think you're supposed to say Oriental.
Okay, so sorry. Chinese restaurant.
Yes.
Okay, he brings out chopsticks and is going to.
He says, "I'll reach a fortune."
And when he pulls them out, he says, "Murder, murder, murder," and I'm like, "What?"
And Candace is like, oh! And then it becomes a thing with her. Like she keeps thinking of, this guy. They said that this guy's a murderer, and she's like, "Oh, I can't stay. I have to go." And it's like,
and that's what's so weird is well.
They make it like she's afraid of him because she knows he's the killer, but it didn't stop her from.
Well, was he reading the fortune of him, or
exactly.
did he pick up on her?
Exactly. He picked up on her energy. Exactly.
Yes, because at that point, I thought there's a small portion of time where, again, you say, man, maybe he's the killer, but again, the one that they push out the most is usually the one that isn't. So I kind of knew he wasn't, but he
was so weak anyway. His character was very weak. I was like, that's not him. He's too weak.
Well, you know what? They listen, Mike, every now and then a word can slip out. I certainly didn't. I don't know what's right and wrong.
I don't either. And that's the whole thing. We talked about that before. Yeah. There's no intention to be offensive at all.
No, not at all.
I'm old, okay? I'm Gen X, and we thought we were open-minded, and I don't know now.
Right.
I mean, no offense at all.
History has instilled in some of us, like that's what we would say back in the day without any ill intention. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's kind of a generation thing,
It is. It absolutely is.
So now I'm supposed
we're the old folks now, Dino.
So I'm supposed to take all these words out of my head and throw them to the side when I don't mean any harm by them. And some of them, listen, some of them are you shouldn't be saying. I understand.
And know well enough to not say some, but then there's some like, is this okay if I say this?
Right. Yes, exactly. So anyways,
no offense intended ever.
Oh, never.
And why would you do something like that anyway? This is your channel. Why would you try be deliberately offensive?
Well, let's go. Let's move on. I remember free speech. Well, there's a difference between free speech and hate. There most certainly is. And in certain circumstances, you certainly shouldn't push the hate. But I get what you're saying. So listen, on this channel alone, I've had people in the past say, listen, there's this thing called freedom of speech because I got rules. There is no hate on the channel, in the chat. There is no talk of religion or politics. Listen, the other day, was it not last night? Was it last night? It was either last night or night before.
I think it was last night. And you were the ringleader, sir.
Oh, because I started talking about Ross Perot. See?
And it only takes that one thing, and then it goes out of control.
No. But the overnight stream, somebody said something about the ads that are being pushed on TV, and that's the political ads, and that's all you need, and it just took off from there. And that's what I'm saying. It can so there's got to be some rules, otherwise people would hate to come around because I know what they're going to talk about there. It's just no religion, no politics, none of the what's been going on the past 3 years talk. It's simple 3 rules. That's all I got. I hate, says Davey Crotchkick.
So there's this talk that we learned something about George. Is it George that they said he had an affair with a virgin and she died? I was like, what are we doing? Well, what does that? I mean, what are we doing here? What is that?
Yeah, well, again, to try to throw you off a little bit, I guess. I don't know.
It's he what? I don't know.
I think a lot of these, and listen, Lucio Fulci is who he is. He's directed some good films. Have I seen? No, I've seen A Small Fortune. I mean, A Small Fortune, a small fortune. I want a small portion of movies he's done. But listen, most, you know, I'm trying to say this right. They try too hard
to be edgy,
to throw you off track without an explanation. And is that good directing, or is that just being a little sloppy sometimes? I think sometimes it's being a little too sloppy.
It becomes a trademark.
Or that. Everything is so sensitive. What? Huh?
So then this is when she goes to the school, and it's
wait, Jeremy Kitchen. See, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Listen, I'm sorry.
It's the black lady. It's the black woman. She's getting ready to kill Candace.
Margie. Yes, we're at that point.
But who is Margie?
Listen, Jeremy Kitchens makes a good sense. I know we're talking about the movie, but I'm not reading it, but exactly, and they're Asian. So Jeremy Kitchen, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been brought up on that word, and the word does go with certain things, but if you associate it with a person now, it's like
it's offensive.
That's what you got to watch. But anyways, see, we had the time change, and I thought it was close to 7. Oh yeah, it was an extra hour of sleep, but I still woke up the same time because my body said, "Yo, you're not ready yet." Yeah,
that's
get
correct.
up. But yes, listen, we can get through this now. I mean, we know who the killer is. Does anything else interesting happen? There are some good effects. Again, he does incorporate some colors and some changes. I thought it was funny. I was listening to something the other day where somebody was talking about cinematography and movie reviewers and people who talk about movies, and that
there was great cinematography in this movie.
Well, no. They were talking and going on about how they bring up cinematography. It's like, why would you bring up cinematography? What's the big deal?
For this movie, or just in general?
No, in general. There, and then the other person I heard them say, it's just, yeah, you gotta, and I think they were just joking with each other in jest. I think hopefully one of them understood that cinematography is very important in movies. And the other person said, well, it was just out of focus. It's just about keeping the camera focused. And if that's what you think cinematography is about, and I don't know what to say.
I feel a tangent coming on. Dino's going to have a rant.
Well, it irritates me because I bring up cinematography all the time, because what does cinematography do for you, Ginger? It puts you in a mood. It sets the mood. It sets the scene. It sets. It can get you agitated. It can get you sad. It can get you happy. Cinematography is everything in a movie.
It's like a scented candle.
A what?
Cinematography is like a scented candle. Nothing. Go ahead.
Well, I'm like, what the hell are you talking? But yeah, no. Cinematography is everything, and it's just not about being. Anybody can set a camera up there and focus it. Mm-hmm. It's about camera changes and do it. So if you don't talk about the cinematography of a movie,
were you impressed with the cinematography of this movie?
Well, it just brought it to mind of what I heard somebody saying, but the cinematography for this movie was
I didn't see anything very special.
No, it wasn't. I was going to talk about the use of lighting, because Giallo films, they tried it, and he tried to incorporate yellows and in the same kind of colors. Like when you started off, when you started off the stream, you were talking about the lights blinking and changing of colors, and I thought, or changing of lights. I thought you meant that, because there's a scene where one of the girls gets killed, and they incorporate this throughout the film, where the scene it's yellow, and you see the yellow light on the outside of the window, and they turn it around, and it's a blue light. It's not very in your face, like Dario Argento, but it is there, and they do, yes, Mike Barrett, atmosphere. Cinematography does 1,000,001 things. You can write a book on cinematography in films and that alone. So must I go on or should I
No.
stop? Okay, I'll
I'd
stop.
rather that you stop.
Okay, I'll stop.
Mr. Film School. We know you went to film school, Dino.
Listen.
You did, and we know.
So anyways, any hue, color, you get it? And man, that champagne looks like a urine sample.
Is there a hue? Hey, you know what?
Does it taste like it?
I don't know, because I don't know what urine tastes like.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking beer like I always am.
Listen, it. Oh, okay, yeah. Give me a beer, Joe. That's a Ginger walks into the Cheers all the time, and they go, Ginger. Cheers. Yes. Urine tastes very bitter.
Oh God.
And very, like, it depends. Like, if you listen, one night I got lost in Nevada, and it was very, very hot.
Why are you so stupid?
But listen, lady.
I would have better believed you got shipwrecked on the Great Lakes or something like Fitzgerald.
Survival skills, man. When you need to, you need to. Okay, yeah, people don't want to hear about that. But anyways,
nobody wants to hear about that.
Well, listen, survival skills. If you need, it's liquid. I know it's disgusting and disturbing,
and yet
but
keep talking about it.
But when your life is
about it.
Please move along, says CM. Okay, yes, I know. Listen, it's hard for me to stay on track. You guys get what you get with me. I don't know what to say. So are we missing anything in this movie?
No.
Where else are we at here?
That we found out that the dancer is a nanny. She takes care of this little brat in a wheelchair.
Yes, let's not forget that, because it's supposed to be a big part of the plot. But she's taking care of this little brat, and she is a brat. She's in a wheelchair, but listen, you can still have a good attitude. I mean, this
she was just a mean-spirited little girl, just a mean girl.
Yeah, her name's Molly, and she's in the wheelchair, and she's being babysat. She's not being babysat. She's being babysat.
Yeah, and it's not a head pin; it's a hat pin.
It's a hair pin.
It's a hat
needle.
pin. It's a hat pin.
You can listen. I can crochet with that too, so it can be a crochet.
You couldn't, because there's no hole in it. No.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no hook on it.
Oh. I'm wrong.
You usually are. I'm glad that you recognize it.
Oh, I'm usually wrong. Oh, that is so wrong in itself. Dino, you're doing good. Thanks, Linda. Appreciate it. The wheelchair was called the Silver Bullet. Oh, yes. Thank Ginger, everybody, when she comes back for her.
This is when she comes back, like it was my choice to leave.
For her. Thank you, Ginger, for the Silver Bullet questions. Listen, they and thank you for the finger.
No problem.
Yeah, it's nice. People really enjoyed it. It's got some good views going there. Yeah.
And how long ago did I give you those trivia questions, Dino? And you've been just sitting on them like they didn't matter. I mean, I was injured. I was so upset that you just refused to use I was like, why wouldn't he use my trivia questions?
Oh, you're fine. Yeah,
now I am.
Holding on to him for that long had people anticipating. Oh yeah, no, the hype. Like, people were talking about.
You never talked about it.
People were talking about this on trivia message boards that I frequent, and they were going, "Yeah, there's this YouTube channel, man. They're going to be doing Silver Bullet. They keep talking about it every week, but it's not happened yet." And
no such thing.
I don't know why I'm talking about that, because the guy on the message board sounded like this, man, in his words.
Like he was on Point Break.
This is Dave, man. So yeah,
like Johnny Utah.
So this brat photographer, as Mike Barrett says, she's
chloroform rag comes in and.
Yeah, the door opens.
And it's someone she knows.
Yes, she goes, oh, And yeah, gets it right through. Yeah, all of that boobage and all that, and pinned through the heart, and didn't
And the
feel
little girl
anything
is
though.
upstairs. Is upstairs with her
Yeah, she was
camera.
like Rear Window. She was in her wheelchair, and she was snapping
Yes.
pictures.
Yes.
And she even gasped. Did you hear that? She went,
Yes, there was an audible gasp.
yes, a very loud, audible gasp. And I wish they would have done like the old spaghetti westerns and some of these giallos where I wish when she gasped, the camera would have went right up to her eyes. Like listen, you're going to get that in my film upcoming. Title yet to be determined. A short 20-minute giallo.
By Dino and his kids.
Yes. Title to be, but you will get a spaghetti western close-up shot of the eyes. Oh, I can't wait. Oh,
it is so hot right now. I'm schwitzing. It is so hot.
Oh, schmoots. You got too much schmoots going on. What's going on there, girl?
What? It's like 75 degrees and like 100% humidity. It's
I've got
miserable.
moisture. I don't want moisture. It's so terrible, I tell you. Sam, I'm not a cop. I don't care about your crime. Point Break. Yep. The hype train was on fleek.
Oh, and who was in Point Break? Somebody from Silver Bullet. Gary Busey was in Point Break.
Oh yeah, yes he was. There you go, Gary Busey. Yep. So this brat with her, why are we calling her a brat? This girl, she was, but they get the photography because the Lieutenant Borges and his assistant or whoever, the cop, whatever.
But the little girl didn't get a picture of the face.
Girl got a picture, but not on the face. And he studied the jacket, and for some reason
something
that
about
jacket,
the button. He was like, I know that jacket.
Well, I know that button. That button that's the killer's button, is what he said. And it kind of gave something away. I don't know what it was. A free trip to Disney World.
So then we're back at the we're back in the locker room.
Ginger, I'll send you a fan.
Whew.
Woo, you getting hot flashes?
I might be having a hot flash right now.
Oh boy. Yikes. It's 32 degrees here, WWM. Oh, you at the North Pole? Tell Santa hi for me. So I guess he concludes something from the jacket and the buttons that with George Webb. I think they're out to get him because they think it's George Webb, this model.
I'm so bored. I'm so bored.
I know it's terrible. Let's just end it. Let's end it. It's So again, at the ending of the movie, which we said earlier, halfway through, was the exchange between George and Candace,
where she says, "Oh, you're the man who hit me on your motorcycle or whatever," because she put the bottle of chloroform in one of the hat pins in his drawer at his room.
Yeah.
And then he saw it. She left. She was like, "Oh, I have to go," and she left. And then he opened the drawer and he saw it too. And so he went to where she lives. And I'm like, what is going on?
Oh, and this annoyed me so much. And thanks, WWM. Chris Kringle, man. He's the man. He's the man. I'd like to know where you're at, where it's 32 degrees, though, because it's still warm in most of the country. But are you in Canada?
Thanks, Black Roses. Black Roses is fanning me.
Fans, Ginger.
It's just stagnant. There's no breeze. It's not moving. It's just like.
Listen, we don't want to know about this disgusting, tepid pool that you're living in right now.
That makes my hair look like a big Brillo pad.
Yeah, it doesn't look any different than any other stream. So
yes, it does. It's big, poopy.
So what caught me off guard was when he had that pin and he came to her. And they were confronting each other at the very end. Thank you, Dino, Ginger, and Mods. Peace and blessings. Be well, everyone. Okay, CM. See ya. All night tonight, we got The Falcon up all night. So if you love the detective shows and The Falcon, all night long with The Falcon. So see you soon over there. And with that said, when he's got the pin and he's confronting Candace and he's holding it, there.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? 67 degrees. Yeah, that's we were about that today too. 81%, slightly humid.
Slightly humid.
81%. That's a big poopy stream. Davy Crockett. What does that mean? Big poopy. Am I taking that out of context, Ginger? Because sometimes I don't know.
This is not a fetish site. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not sure what that means. Why, Davy? Why don't you clarify real quick what you mean by big poopy stream? Does that mean this is the stream is a piece of crap? Is that what you're selling me? Do you enjoy the channel? See, I'm getting out of control.
What the hell are you saying?
I might be getting out of control real quick here. So let me know what you mean by that, please. And if you don't, I'll think that you mean this is a crappy stream. Yes.
Oh, bye.
Out of context. Yeah, no, you're banned, blocked. You know, what the hell? Out of context. Yes. Yeah, you're gone, buddy. I don't care if you're a member or not. You've probably been gifted it by what's her name anyways? Horror Junkie.
Horror Junkie. Isn't she a gem? She is a gem.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Out of context. So yeah, kiss that goodbye. I misheard something. LOL, sorry. Oh, see, listen, I'll give you one more chance. You made me hide you. I'll unhide you. So you're unhidden now. I hope to God, I take everything personal, buddy. So if you're saying this is a shit stream, it's out of context, then don't come back next week and listen to us.
Because this is what it's going to be, baby. This is what it is.
Yeah, it's two people talking and just shooting shit. So, yeah, one more chance. There you go. Anyways,
let's end this already.
I said
so we find out that she had been framing him all along.
Hold on. Does it matter if it's out of context? We revealed the killer halfway in the middle of this. And then we started talking about what happened in between.
That was on me. Well, I'm the problem. It's me.
No. You can jump around in a movie discussion.
Jump around. Jump up, and get down. That was from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh my! Well, it was also a song by
I know, but it was in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's the ending. But what I was getting to with the needle was when she was getting close to him and turned the needle around, and he knew it was right at his chest, and he's just standing there. You know that's going to happen. Why are you letting this happen?
This was the strangest, most anticlimactic ending of, I think, any movie I've ever seen. I was extremely disappointed with the ending of this movie.
Yeah, no, it was very yeah, I'm just looking at the chat again. Did I miss other stuff, Rich Cat Ranch?
Kathy's on it.
If there was other stuff, then just go ahead.
Thank you, Kathy.
But
she's a good egg, that Kathy.
Yeah, she's a good egg. Yeah. Kathy, I gotta come back on your show and talk some more. Yeah, I loved it. It's fun.
We could do another expose on Dino.
Yeah, we can do a deep dive. We can call it deep dive.
We can learn what Dino's dream girl would be.
Oh boy. Would you want to know? Check out Rich Cat Ranch for a deep dive into Dino's personal life. Coming up soon.
We got to get you a woman.
Let's. Amen, sister. Let's get a out of 10 on this film. Because I'm going to.
I think the worst you've ever given was a 3, and that was what movie? You gave a 3 recently.
Wasn't it? Yes. That wasn't last week, was it?
No.
The Case of the Bloody Iris, was it really?
No,
next?
It was before that, I think. I think Bloody Iris, we both gave it a 5. I think.
Okay. Well, anyways, this one, Yes, so much. Yes, Rich Cat. I'm down for it. You let me know. I would be totally up for it. So
Dino's dream girl
J.O.B.
is Mia
Mia Farrow
Farrow in
and
Rosemary's
Rosemary's
Baby.
Baby. Yes, that's
That's his dream girl.
yes. Or Twiggy or Nicole
Or
Kidman.
Twiggy, yes.
Nicole Kidman.
Yes.
Anyways, the list can go on. Anyways, so I would give this. Listen, I didn't hate this film. I didn't love this film. It's becoming repetitious. I was hoping for a little bit better, but this is another 5 out of 10. I know I keep going 5 out of 10, but
I think that's fair. I'd give it a 5.
5
I
out of
wish
10.
I was hoping for so much more. They could have done
I
so much
was.
more.
When I watched the trailer, I'm like, this looks 80s to me. This looks pretty good. Let's see. Everybody's given their scores. CM3. Oh, Ian Sharp 1.5. Mike Barrett 5.
Ian
Okay.
Sharp is a harsh critic.
Yes.
He's unforgiving.
Yes. -2, says Black Roses. 7 for the title, says Rich Cat Ranch. And well, I still like Slash Dance the best.
I like Slash Dance too.
Listen, Mia Farrow from Rosemary's Baby, because she had a different look. And there was a movie she did right after that with Dustin Hoffman around the same time. It's called, I think, Ted and Alice. Ted and Alice with Dustin Hoffman and Mia Farrow. This is a movie I don't think anybody's heard about. Have you heard about it, Ginger?
It sounds familiar. It was back in that time when they were doing those kind of movies. Like
it's a movie. It's a movie that I loved so much. It was a drama romance set in that period. I mean, it had the same feel as Rosemary's Baby, except being a horror film. But the connection between Dustin Hoffman and Mia Farrow in that movie was fantastic. It wasn't just that I looked at Mia Farrow and said, man, I'm in love with this woman, but that movie is so underrated and not mentioned anywhere.
I don't know. Was it like a Neil Simon, or was it Woody Allen?
It was a bit of a, not darker. Darker sounds like you'd be going in it and going, oh,
but was it Woody Allen?
No. It wasn't that. It wasn't even Neil Simon, because it wasn't comedic. It was very let's say artsy, a very artsy type of film where
you like those artsy movies because you're so artsy.
Well, it was pushing the boundaries, or it was pushing love and what happens when two strangers who create a connection meet for the first time, and one is in need of the other, and the other is just like, there's a point where Dustin Hoffman's looking at her sleep and going like this, and you would love just the way the apartment looked and everything. It just was so awesome and beautiful, and I just said I want to be there right now. He's just looking at her and he's going, and you just get this feeling of what he's trying to figure out about her. And anyways, if you haven't seen it, check that movie out. But this is a 5 out of 10, and you said a 5 out of 10. So if he thinks he's paying, wait, what's going on here?
Is that the person who gave the $2? That's not the person who gave the $2 super chat at the beginning, is it? Or maybe she just means paying because they're a member.
Yeah.
I don't remember that person being like rude before. I remember the name, but I don't remember them being rude before.
See No Evil, that's a good one with her in. Exactly, Kathy. Yeah, you know what? Okay, thank you, Kathy. No,
look, I had to get a new notebook because I ran out of space. I'm all done. No more paper left in my notebook, so I had to get a new one. My new one's pretty.
Is it a big one? Is it a bigger one? Oh, you like the little like diary
It's girly because I like girly things.
Girly girl. Exactly. So very, very good. Yes. Yes. You know what? Been watching for a while. So I definitely, it's been borderline. Let me just say that, Kathy. So thank you. I get it. Expressions of the Outdoors. I love this channel. Thank you. And thank you for the $2 super chat earlier. Really do appreciate it.
Yes,
and
thank you.
Yeah, and definitely good luck. So with that said, what do we got coming up overnight tonight? The Falcon up all night. Going to be a good stream. I love the Falcon.
Are there timestamps?
No timestamps.
No timestamps. Oh,
busy day.
Boy. Oh,
busy
boy.
day. Busy day. Couldn't happen. No, it's fine. Listen, when you know it's the Falcon, you should be fine. Every episode's good. You can't go wrong with what? Sherlock Holmes, Johnny Dollar, the Falcon, Boston Blackie. Some people don't like the organ. I get it. But anyways, tomorrow night will be Paranormal
I like
to the Night.
Is my beat. Broadway is my beat is my favorite.
Yes, Box 13, another great one. Paranormal into the Night tomorrow night with my guest David Wilbanks. We will be talking about the Oklahoma Bigfoot, the Kiamachi Bigfoot, and hopefully maybe some other cryptids. So he specializes in the Oklahoma Bigfoot. So let's see how that goes. And me and Ginger's next movie on Wednesday is Macabre, 1980, Lamberto Bava Giallo.
Lamberto Bava.
From Lamberto Bava.
What's it called?
Macabre.
So I bet it's excellent.
You know what? I'm going to predict that this one
is going to be the one. Movie. You said 1980?
Yes. Let me predict
it's like right in the middle there, 1980.
Yeah, I'm going to predict that this will be like a 7 out of 10 for me. I'm going to really enjoy this one. But I could be wrong. And then Thursday, yes, a double dose of Paranormal to the Night this week. I will have Kimber Anwin Hughes, international psychic medium, angelic Reiki master. So I got some questions for her. So that'll be good. And then Ghost Breakers, yes, 1940, Bob Hope.
Not Ghostbusters, Ghost Breakers.
Ghost Breakers, one of my favorites of all time. Ghost Breakers is sitting right next to Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein for me. So that will be trivia night this coming Saturday. And then we got a whole mess of other stuff coming up.
Just a mess of other stuff.
A mess of other stuff, man.
Thank you, Ken Shoemaker. Thanks for coming.
Yes, Donkashay.
No, I know you saw my note and you just wouldn't acknowledge it. Acknowledge.
Oh, what? I'm not looking. I was looking at her. Theater 5. Yes.
I really liked that.
Well, there's only so many shows, and they've all been
saying on that, so put them up there.
They're all on my channel.
Oh, they already are? Okay.
Yes. You can search Theater 1.
I got to go 5. Digging through. I mean,
I'll do another night. Thank you, Ken. Yes, you guys are great. Lots of fun. Thanks, Dino and Ginger. Have a great night. Sounds like a good show. Broadway is my baby is a good show. Yes, it is. Yes, fan of Johnny. Listen, of course, we're all fans of Johnny Dollar. So much so that it's driving me nuts. I'm dreaming of Johnny Dollar going.
It's like all anybody ever wants is Johnny Dollar, and
there's people who
I prefer Broadway as my beat.
Oh, I prefer Sherlock Holmes. I mean, without a doubt. But yeah, I mean, some people can listen 24/7 to Johnny Dollar. I mean, and which is fine. I can almost say I can listen to Sherlock Holmes. Well, you know what? I wouldn't want to do that because I wouldn't want to ruin the feeling I get from listening every so often. You know what I mean? When you listen to something every night, even your favorite, there's going to come a point where I got to step away. I've heard enough. I've heard enough. Richard Diamond, also fantastic. But anyways, yes, 9:30. We will catch you next time for sure. Hopefully you guys